Today is Monday, January 15th. I'm driving around in my beautiful Jeep Compass Trailhawk Elite, and it's still crazy cold, but not as cold as last week. And I'm happy to report that I'm doing good with mostly with DoorDash. I just use Uber only as a substitution. With DoorDash is slow. DoorDash is definitely way better. And basically I'm taking everything to improve my acceptance rate, and now I'm sitting at 82%, which is awesome. And all I need to get to the top to be the top driver.
Head southwest toward Brentwood Place Northwest, then turn right onto Brentwood Road Northwest. Turn right onto Brentwood Road Northwest.
Yeah, to become a top driver, I need to finish my acceptance rate is excellent, everything is good, but my satisfaction from customers is 5 out of 5.
In 600 meters, turn right onto Breezebois Drive Northwest.
But to be a top driver, you need to complete 200 deliveries for DoorDash. And I'm sitting somewhere at 125, somewhere there, just shy of 130. And so last week, right, it was so crazy cold here. At one point I saw like minus 36 Celsius, minus 30, minus 28. Today it started at minus 29, but now it's already minus 22, and that's crazy Calgary for you. Friday after
Turn
lunch.
Right onto Breezebois Drive Northwest.
Friday after lunch we'll have plus 4 Celsius. Plus 4.
Continue on Breezebois Drive Northwest for 1.5 kilometers.
Which is like 37 F, I think. Somewhere there. Because yeah, 40 is what is it? 40 is plus 5. Yes, it's like 37, 38. And so last week I decided to ignore all the advice that you get from so-called experts online, and you know, they say, hey, this kind of business works best between 11 a.m. and 1 or 2 p.m. and then after 5, and you know, going into dinner time. So that's all BS. So because of the cold, it was so crazy busy. So I was starting, like I would sorry, I would open DoorDash app, and I see the entire Calgary shows in red, busy, very busy, you know, and they pay you like extra $1 for pickup when it's crazy busy. And so I would just start, you know, let's say I go for a run, or I do my kettlebells, and then I take a shower, make some tea, and I would start like at 10 o'clock, you know. And guess what? There was no break after lunch. People were ordering like all the way straight through. So I would just take a quick break, maybe around 11 or 12, just to grab something to eat. And then I keep going. You know, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., it's still busy. So basically I was working like 10 to 6 or 10 to 5 until I got my $150. That's the revenue, gross revenue. So of course you have to deduct all expenses and stuff like that. But that, I never did so much before, you know. So basically they pay us every week. And I just, I still did some.
In 400 meters, turn left onto John Laurie Boulevard Northwest, west.
Yeah, I still did some revenue on Uber, but DoorDash was definitely way better. And so on both apps, for past week, I grossed 700 Canadian.
Turn left onto John Laurie Boulevard Northwest, west.
Okay, what is this? 72830 and 326. Okay, we are not during that time, but you see, like, there's no, you cannot do a left turn here when it's rush hour. And so yeah, $700, you know, if I could make it like that, that's already awesome. That's like a real job. Again, of course, you have to deduct, you know, cost of gas, maintenance, tires. So basically, adverse weather conditions are the best for this kind of thing. Like where you have tornadoes, typhoons, you know, huge seas on the on the ocean. That's when people order. Rain, especially rain, snow. Man, will I be able to turn in here? That's why they have this sign, because it's crazy busy here. But by the way, it still surprises me how cheap some people are. It's like unbelievable. I just brought a huge bag of food for the guy. Had to walk up to his 10th floor. Well, not to walk up, but use the elevator, but have to buzz in, go upstairs, deliver, take a picture, and then I look at the, you know, summary. It says DoorDash paid me $4.25 because it was like 2 kilometers distance from McDonald's to this high rise. It says $4.25, customer tip 0. I feel like killing these people, you know? Like, don't they understand that like, the payment is very low, so it's kind of like when you're a server.
Continue on John Laurie Boulevard northwest west for 1 kilometer.
It's kind of like when you're a server in a restaurant, right? You know, you get minimum wage, but your real earnings come only from tips. And so when people don't tip, you know.
In 500 meters, turn right onto Shaganappi Trail northwest.
But the good thing is that as soon as I dropped that off, right before I was entering the elevator, the alarm, you know, DoorDash notification sound came on, and there was this Cora.
Turn right onto Shaganappi Trail northwest.
Cora breakfast place, very nice set of chain of restaurants. I don't know if they're available in U.S., but here in Canada I see them in every.
Continue on Shaganappi Trail northwest for 4 kilometers.
In every town. I remember we had them in Cambridge when I lived in Ontario, and so there was a pickup at this Cora, and the Cora is in the same building. You know, like I look at the map, it says 135 meters. Like what? So I didn't even have to move my car. I just walked around the corner, and this Cora place was right there. And I think so. That's why now I kind of like trust DoorDash. So I take everything they give me, because you know, once they give you a cheap load or order, and then after that there's not a bad one, like this one is okay. Except now I'm driving north back to my Calgary North area, but it's a good area. So yeah, it was very busy, so I sent an email to my friend, the freight broker, and surprisingly he wrote back. He said, I told him how much I made, and he says, oh, I feel kind of envious. Like, what? Why would you feel envious? But I understand what he means. Like he sits all day in his like he works from home, so he talks to people on the phone. He's on the internet. Like he does not move, you know, from his house. Like he's very fit physically because he has a desk, believe it or not, where he can stand and work on his computer, and it has a walking, what do you call it? Like he can walk basically when he works on his computer. He's very fit for a freight broker. And then he does biking, you know, on a bicycle, hiking, running. But yeah, but this, I'm telling you, I kind of like enjoy it. I just wish the tips would have been better, but this is, you would not believe it, but I think I mentioned this again, but I mean before, but this is a very high technology job, you know? You're not just driving, it's like you're a freaking pilot, I don't know, like you have this app, you know, you have to go through a bunch of options, you know, like you have to read directions, you have to be very detail oriented because, you know, because you have to verify the order. You click the button verify. Now I did yesterday, oh by the way, yesterday for the first time I did
600 meters, turn right onto Country Hills Boulevard Northwest, East.
I did 2 alcohol deliveries. I still cannot get certified with DoorDash even though I have all the proper paperwork, but they're so slow to respond. Like you cannot just upload the paperwork via email. You have to wait for the link they send you, and it's been like 2 weeks. I'm still waiting.
Turn right onto Country Hills Boulevard Northwest, East.
But Uber was much quicker. It was like basically the same day, and after I uploaded the documents and then my
Continue
profile
on Country Hills Boulevard Northwest East for 4 kilometers.
and then my profile says licensed for liquor deliveries. And yesterday for the first time I had 2 liquor deliveries. One was some young kid who ordered beer from a liquor store 1 kilometer away, and then the other one was a guy from Washington State, because I have to check their licenses, right? But again, that's what I mean by high technology job, is because the app tells you everything you need to do, you know. It says, okay, verify the license, take a picture of the driver's license, and then in this case, for some reason, the app did not like the picture. Like first time with the beer, all I had to do was just take a picture, and then it says verifying, done. Okay, so you can drop off the order, because if they're too young or too drunk, and I have to check, do they appear sober? Yes, no, you know. Like I'm telling you, it's very technology intensive job here. And of course now I'm following directions on Google Maps, which is built into the app, you know. So it's interesting. Oh, and then yeah, the second order, for some reason, I was in the eastern part of Calgary, and this guy from Washington State, that I learned later, orders a bottle of Crown Royal, but he's like 10 clicks away. And he was staying at a hotel, so I came to the hotel for some, and yeah, I took a picture of the license. The app says, please enter the full name and the customer birth date and when his license expires. And man, we're standing there in the lobby of the hotel. We're trying to enter all these numbers. Finally they say okay. So I apologized to the guy. I said, I'm sorry for this, but I said it's not me, you know, I have to follow the instructions. And then finally I gave him the bag with the Crown Royal, and he's so super happy. He leaves. I think he gave me like $7 tip or something like that. So yeah, you know, and it's interesting that you meet a lot of people. And another thing you do is, that's I like much better, is a retail pickup. Retail pickup. So you show up at the grocery store, you have your order number, you have the customer name, and then you park in a designated spot. You call the store. Like in this case, it was a Real Canadian Superstore. And like this morning, I had to wait probably like 20 minutes. My first order they gave me, I called the store. They said it's already been shipped. Okay, so I had to chat with customer support.
500 meters, slide left.
At least they paid me half of the fee. I think they paid me like $4, you know, instead of $8. So now I feel very rich. And then I thought I would stay there because it's a good area. So I just moved to a regular parking spot, because you know I don't want to occupy that PC Express spot where it's supposed to be only if you're picking up a delivery order. So I moved to a spot nearby, like a regular retail spot. Right away my phone starts binging, new order, go to PC Express, Super Canadian Superstore. So I moved back to the same spot where I was sitting before, called again, and I said, okay, here's the customer. I think the name was Kelsey, and I said the last, and all they want is like last four digits of the order. And then I waited maybe 20 minutes because there were people in front of me. Then finally a lady comes out with a
in 200 meters, slight left.
A lady comes out with a trolley. I use the remote to open my trunk.
Slide left toward Panorama Hills Boulevard Northwest, then turn left onto Panorama Hills Boulevard Northwest.
And we move, she gave me like 4 small...
Turn left onto Panorama Hills Boulevard Northwest.
Kind of like small, and this is on the right, McDonald's. This is also a good area, usually very busy because there's a Tim Hortons, McDonald's, there's a Co-op liquor store. Like, look at this guy. Oh, it's a girl. She's singing or something. I don't know. She has a green light.
Continue on Panorama Hills Boulevard Northwest for 1 kilometer.
So yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of like interesting. It's like you're playing, you know, I don't know, a video game. You know, you always like you have this personal assistant, kind of like freaking AI or something. You know, in the form of the DoorDash or Uber app. And then DoorDash reads you, like I think it's artificial intelligence, because when I arrive, the app would read me what I have to do. Like it would say, you know, customer instructions, leave at the door, or meet the person, hand it to me. If it says hand it to me or meet at the door, I don't have to take a picture. I just can click confirm delivery done, you know, confirm. But if they say leave at the door, I have to take a picture, and I always send them a text message, because you know I hate for food to get cold.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Panamount Boulevard Northwest.
And of course I know that they're tracking me, because now actually that's why I like DoorDash better. I remember when I used it as a customer, it was much more fun with the DoorDash app, you know, when I ordered food myself. Because it's telling you, hey, he's moving, he's picked up.
Turn left onto Panamount Boulevard Northwest.
He arrived at the store, your order, he's waiting to pick up your order is picked up. It's much more useful, much more, you know, user-friendly for a final user, for the buyer of the food, than Uber. And so I feel that other people feel like that as well.
Continue on Panamount Boulevard Northwest for 1 kilometer.
And so yeah, when I arrive, because I hate for the food to get cold, I have an option there. I click on the text message logo, and I send them just a short message, I'm here, or I've arrived. And quite often that message is already pre-printed in there, so all you have to do is just click on that text, you know, I'm here, and it sends it right away to the customer. And then I drop it off, take a picture, and usually by the time I get to my Jeep, they show up at the door, they open it so the food doesn't get cold. And people like it. People like it because that's why I have like a 5 out of 5 review rate on my profile, because I always notify customers when I'm there, and I double check the order to make sure the restaurant did not miss any drinks. You know, just basically thinking about the customer.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Panamount Common Northwest.
Maybe throwing in, you know, they say to get better tips, give people something extra, like maybe throw in a couple of, you know, some condiments or some napkins or something like that. But usually the restaurant, they seal the bag before they give it to you.
Turn left onto Panamount Common Northwest, then your destination will be on the right.
Yeah, before they give it to you, they seal it or they staple it, so you cannot put anything in.
Your destination is on the right.
So now I'm just looking for
The customer requested you leave the order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Yeah, sometimes they would say, don't ring the doorbell. Baby, you're sleeping. Okay, so we're here, so we just exit from the Google Maps. and then there's a button here that says confirm delivery steps, and that's when they will ask me to take a picture.